Good morning, beloveds. I'm just watching the weather, and they're talking about this record cold winter storm that is wreaking havoc, all up north of us. And it's 70 something degrees here and going to be in the mid 80s today. I love the weather. So, all right. It is February 23rd. Our title is Be Still and Know. The first quote is, "For the battle is not yours, but God's. Set yourself, stand ye still." And that is 2 Chronicles 20:15 and 17. Second quote is, "We cannot be peaceful until we know that spirit is the only cause, medium, and effect in our lives." And that is Science of Mind, page 264. Which is a chapter that I've just read recently. Interesting. Surely every person who loves God and humankind wants peace in the world. At the same time, those who seriously travel the spiritual path would also agree that we cannot create peace, whether in the outer world or within ourselves, through our human efforts. Rather, for peace to prevail, we must turn within and align ourselves with God's indwelling presence, allowing it to find expression through us. We may feel concern and compassion for ourselves, our country, and for the world and its peoples, but until we turn away from all outer discord and begin to see God's peace in every situation and in every person, there will be neither the inner nor the outer peace we desire. We need to recognize God's presence everywhere, always, remembering that the healing power of God will more fully manifest when humankind can be still and know that presence. God's Spirit can only work through us, no matter what the desired result may be. So let us be still and know that peace is. I am aware of the peace of God expressing through me in all that I do, say, and think. I need not struggle against outer circumstances. I open myself to the peace that passes all understanding, and I am thankful. And that is J.A. Gene Anderson. And I think that's kind of one of those, I'm going to say, sticking points when it comes to peace. I remember 100 years ago, not really, but you know what I mean, Reverend Jesse talking about peace and the fact that peace is boring. Think about it, if you will. Think about it, what you think peace is. And is it boring? Now, it doesn't have to be, but that's the problem. When you go and you look, how many, do they make movies about peace? No, they make movies about war. Because war is exciting and it's big and things are happening and it's the one thing, the interesting thing about war, it's the one thing we hate the most. It's about change. So, we talk about how much we dislike change, and yet that's all war is one big change. And then you look and peace is not exciting and it's not boring, but I think part of that is because we don't have any idea of what peace is. So let me go back to the sticking point of Science of Mind. God can only do for you what God can do through you. Spirit can only do for you what Spirit can do through you. If you want peace, then you have to go within to Spirit's peace and let that flow out through you. It's the same with love. If you want love, then you go within, you go to Spirit, to the infinite source of love, and you let that flow out through you. And then you're sitting here going, wait a minute, what? Yeah. Anything that you want, you can have if you are willing to let it come through you. And now I've got Cleopatra in my head. It's like, you're going to have to birth it. If you want peace, if you want prosperity, then you're going to have to midwife that. You're going to have to midwife that because it is going to be born through you. And it is about changing your attitude. It is. I suggest every day to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. The reason that I suggest it every day is because I want you to create a well-worn path to the center of your own being, to that spirit, to that source of. If you want love, you want kindness, you want compassion, it's got to come through you. Now, here's the cool thing. When it comes through you, and even if you're still in on that, what you can start doing is you can start looking around at all of the godlings running around you, and you can start seeing them for who they are. And you can start seeing that love, that kindness, that compassion coming through them. Okay? And in two things will happen when you do that. One, you're doing what we call holding space. All right? When you meet people who are just having an off day and they are not loving and they are not kind and they are not compassionate, what you do is you look at them and you say, I see the godling within you. I see that love, peace, and kindness and compassion can come through you. Okay? So you hold space for them until they know they can hold it for themselves. And you don't have to say anything to them. You also don't have to subject yourself to their bad behavior. If somebody's having a bad day, you just look at them and you bless them and you say, I see the child of God within you, and I'm going to see it from over here. All right? I never suggest putting yourself in the position for somebody having a bad day to have a bad day on you. I suggest you see them as the beloved child of God that they are, but do it from a safe space. All right? I'm never going to ask you to put yourself in harm's way to help somebody else. All right? I'm not going to do that. Now, the choices you make. So, but the other thing is then, so you say, but then you're also looking for the good. And sometimes people who are having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, what was it that I went to see the Magic Mike and Selma Hayek's saying, well, I've had a bad this, bad bit, well, okay. So in the midst of that, you are looking at a person and you are looking for the good. You're looking for the good and you're going to focus on that good. Now, again, if they are behaving badly, do it from a safe distance. So that's how we can go at be still and know. Be still and know. So one, it's got to come through you. Whatever it is that you want, God can do it for you if God can do it through you. Spirit can do it for you if Spirit can do it through you. So you got to make way for that. And two, as you are making way in yourself, give everybody else the same grace. See them as the beloved child of God that they are. See them as the godlings that they are. See that they are a source of love, a source of peace, a source of whatever it is that they need in the moment. See them as their own source of that. They don't have to come take it from you, and you don't gotta go take it from them. And that right there is the beginning of peace. Once you realize that you can't take peace from somebody else, it comes from within. Okay. Once we all realize that, then we got that foothold on peace. And then once we kind of do that, then we can look at peace and we can make peace exciting. I mean, one of the things that I think about, when you think about peace, you think about quiet, because peace and quiet, well, in my peace, we're going to have raucous music festivals because we'll have time for art in peace. So we can have these amazing music festivals and we can have these amazing art shows and we can where artists get together and build things, and we can have garden shows and we can have, and dog shows and cat shows and because we'll have time for that. We'll have resources for that because we're not wasting our resources trying to take peace from other places. When we realize that the source of peace is within us, and then we can look around at the world and say, well, what does peace look like to me? Well, I just told you a little bit of what peace looks like to me. It looks like dog shows and cat shows and garden shows and music festivals and food festivals. I'm not a foodie. I love food festivals. I'm not a foodie, but I love food festivals. It's just like, that's what peace looks like to me. That's what peace looks like to me. And it's not boring. So that's, I think I've been all over the map today. Be still and know. I'm not being still, but I am asking you, when you hear that, be still and know. One, be still and know about yourself. Know that you are a divine channel. You are a divine channel for peace in the world. The peace that you seek comes through you. Not from you, through you. It comes from spirit. So we go to the source of our own being. We reach up to that infinite source or reach out to that infinite. Or if you're earth-based, reach down. That's a source of peace right there. The earth, not a whole lot disturbs the earth. So reach down in and seek that peace and allow it to flow through you. And then when you meet people who are struggling a bit, see them for the godlings that they are. See them as a source of peace as well. Hold that space for them until they can know it for themselves. And if they are behaving badly, and we are all spiritual beings having a human experience, do it from a safe space. All right? You don't have to walk up to somebody who is behaving badly and say, I see you as a beloved child of God. I know that the peace that you seek is within you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Now, if you have the opportunity to do that, and maybe you don't want to use those words, you can do that. But if they're behaving badly, don't put yourself within reach. The good thing about spiritual mind treatment is it knows no distance. So do it from a safe distance. All right. That's the cool thing. So, spirit doesn't need names. Spirit knows. Spirit knows. You see a random person on the street who's having a bad day, you can treat for that person. Even if you know nothing about them, you can just say, hey, you know what, Spirit? I saw a beloved child of God who's having a hard day. Let me know peace for them. And that's it. All right. Okay. Be still and know. I don't know how to give you a mission for that because I kind of gave you one. So I'm going to go look at Gene Anderson's. Yep. All right. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to be aware of the peace of God expressing through us in all that we do, say, and think. It's a mission. It's a mission. And honestly, it's always the same mission. We use slightly different words. We come at it from slightly different directions. But the mission is always to be aware of God's presence. To be aware of God's presence within yourself and all other living things. It's all God. It's all God. And because it's all God, it can be all good. All right. The second thing that I suggest for you every day after we take on our mission for the day is the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. Whatever that looks like. Big, small, doesn't matter. Point is to do that practice. And it can be as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak. It can, and I make no bones about this. I talk about this on a regular basis. I'm a big believer in self-care. What I'm talking about, this spiritual practice of love, kindness, and compassion, is absolutely about self-care. Take a walk, take a nap, take a deep breath, drink a cup of coffee, engage all 5 of your senses. This is what I'm talking about. I'm also reminding you it's about making room for joy. One of the qualities of God is joy. One of the qualities of God is peace, but joy. When we take on this practice of love, kindness, and compassion, we are making a well-worn path to the infinite source of joy. No matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. So take your moments, string them together, and wear them. Wear them. And share them with people who will celebrate your joy. All right? Share them with people that will celebrate your joy. So that's where calling a good friend comes in. That's where eating dessert first comes in. That's where remembering that your life is a special occasion and to celebrate. Wear the good clothes, eat the good food, use the good china. All right? When I say eat dessert first, sometimes I mean it literally. And sometimes I do. And then I eat a healthy dinner afterwards. But that's what it's about. Make room for joy. Make room for joy. All right. Moving on, I'm going to remind you to do something to engage your mind and your body. Since we are not dealing with the winter storm havoc, I'm making the most of this time before it gets really hot. Please drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important, especially since I can already feel the sweat starting. So if I'm glistening, I need to turn on the fan in this room. Hydration is important. Your brain will work better when it's hydrated. I do encourage you to get early in your day bright light. Again, full cloud day, no bright light, no sunlight. So I'm taking what I got, which is artificial light, circadian rhythms, hormone balance. It's science. You can look it up. The early in your day bright light resets that hormone, that natural hormone rhythm. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. All right. I feel like I got a much better night's sleep, even if this doesn't acknowledge it. So please take care of yourself. Big believer in taking care of yourself. That's me. Yeah. So, all right. Can't pour from an empty cup is what I like to remind you. I think I'm at the social media part where no. Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. That is what we talked about today. Be still and know. Know that heaven is a state of mind, a state of consciousness. Once you learn to create it for yourself, which is what Science of Mind believes that we can do, nobody can take it away from you. That's really cool. And once you learn to create it, then you can create it anywhere. If we want to talk about what peace looks like, that's what it looks like. You know? It's a state of mind, it's a state of consciousness. And once we learn to create it for ourselves, heaven can become any place. And more importantly, every place. All right. And Emma. I'm going to quote Emma at you. Look for the good and praise it. It's a good way to do it. Okay. Where are you going? Okay. Now I'm at the social media part. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I'm on. Please feel free to check it out. I try and make great content. I try and curate great content. I don't make a lot of it. I borrow it from lots of other places. So, look out for that. Yeah. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant content. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the information or to the person that can help you get it. So avail yourself of it. Okay. I'm moving through. I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day. I think I've already said amazing day. It's Wednesday. A stay cool day, or a get moving day, or a rest day if that's what you need. A good day. And that is too much pressure. Simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling. I've used that word a lot today. It's one of Reverend Jesse's. It's a reminder that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I'm going to remind you, you are a divine channel. The peace that you seek comes through you. The love that you seek comes through you. Go to the source of your own being. Make it a regular practice. And in fact, no matter what is going on in your life, I say go to the source of your own being first. And then your guidance will be better. All right. So Reverend David should be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.